If you're currently using AI to write your Google ads and they're converting like absolute garbage, then chances are that you're not using it correctly. So in today's video, I'm breaking down the exact internal AI workflow we use here at Demand Capture to generate Google Ads copy that actually converts and has generated over $10 million in new customer revenue for our clients. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to use ChatGPT, Claude, and Gemini combined to do deep research on your brand, write all of the Google Ads assets for you, and speed up your campaign creation process by 10x. By the end, you'll have an AI workflow for your Google Ads campaigns, which will take you from spending 8 hours to make campaigns all the way to 30 minutes. And because I want you to actually implement this, not just watch this video, click off, and then forget about it, I'm giving away everything that you need to set up this workflow inside of your e-commerce brand. In the first link in the description below, you'll get access to our Demand Capture AI workflow process. This includes the master Google Ads prompt, which I'll be referencing later in the video. You'll also get a step-by-step SOP that you can follow in your own time to set up this whole process, and the timestamps linking back to this video, which you're watching now, so you can follow along in real time. Again, this is the exact AI campaign creation process we use for all of our brands here at Demand Capture, from brands that we just onboard who are just starting out on Google Ads, all the way to brands who are spending $150,000, $200,000 per month profitably. So again, you can get everything that we're going to cover in this video in the link in the description. With that being said, let's get into it. So the first part of all this is to get your brand research together. And all we need to do that is to create an understanding and train a large language model, in this case ChatGPT, on the exact characteristics of the brand, but not only the branding context, but the market context too. So even though you may know a lot about your brand, this is still a useful exercise to do, just so you have the context profile ready to throw into any large language model to create any asset that you need, not even just for Google Ads, but for your Meta Ads copy, for your landing page copy, for your emails, just so you're giving any AI that you're using instant, really detailed context about your brand, what you sell, who you sell to, your unique positioning in the market, and any other relevant information that it needs to write the most compelling outputs for your brand. So right here on screen is the prompt that you'll be using. There's no need to pause the video and type it out now. You'll get this included in the workflow pack, which is the first link in the description. You can just copy the prompt and then paste it in here to follow along. And just so you're aware, this is the best way to prompt engineer anything in AI. You first give it a role, you give it context, and you say the task you want it to complete. You give it examples of what you're looking for, give it constraints so it can work in a box, and then what you want the output to look like. So the role here is a world-class direct response copywriter with a deep expertise in writing persuasive e-commerce copy that converts cold traffic into paying customers. We're giving it some context, which is going to be the PDF we'll get from the website in a second. We're going to perform a comprehensive audit on the website, identify strengths, weaknesses, and missed psychological triggers, give them some examples of things to look for, some constraints to be aware of, and some output. And the example we're going to use is Ridge. They sell wallets, wedding bands, luggages, cases, and power banks. We're just going to go with the wallets for now. So we go to wallets, just go on one of their original wallets, and we've got the full product page here. So what we're going to do is press Command P if you're on a Mac. You'll be able to save it as a PDF, and we'll save it as a PDF here. And now we've uploaded the PDF, we're just going to hit enter on that prompt. And what we're doing here is that even though this will be useful for you to understand anyway for your own brand, we're just training this chat window on our brand and on our product. So we've got value proposition, emotional logical persuasion, call to actions, voice of customer, proof mechanisms, offer positioning, copy structure and flow, conversion blockers here, any missed psychological levers, and we've got some optimization suggestions here as well. So this isn't one of their funnels, this is just straight up product page from organic traffic. Obviously they have high converting copy on their advertorials, but this will give us a good start. So now we've got prompt 2, which is this one. You're an elite level advertising strategist and deep researcher with expertise in writing highly converting Google Ads copy. Here we go. We're giving it the context, the task, the examples, the constraints, and the output. So again, this prompt is in that workflow pack. We're just going to enter this one here, and this will give us an extremely powerful copy research framework. And again, we're not going to be using this framework directly, but we are just training ChatGPT to think about being an expert researcher and all the things that it would need to be able to do a full audit of the brand. Everything that's necessary for the big deep research prompt, which you're going to be doing next. But this is cool. You can kind of see some other stuff that you might be interested in as well for your product, like product intelligence, customer psychographics, competitors, keyword and intent mapping, which is really powerful stuff that we do here at Demand Capture, market level strategic positioning, guarantees and offering. Again, all this stuff is really useful to understand even for your own brand. That ensures Google Ads copy isn't just clever, it's inevitable. Which is some AI stuff, but we'll get rid of that for now. So we've given this chat an idea about our product, and we've given this chat an idea about how to do deep research. Now we need to actually do that deep research. And if you weren't aware, the best way to get the best prompts for AI is to use AI. So this is the prompt we're going to be using for this prompt. You're a prompt engineer designing a deep research prompt for an elite advertising strategist tasked with writing high converting Google Ads copy. You now fully understand the comprehensive research process required to write world-class ad copy. You've been trained on the structure, voice, product, audience, and positioning of my e-commerce brand. Write a single, highly detailed prompt that I can paste into a new GPT-4 session with deep research mode enabled to extract everything I need to know about my own brand before writing any copy. So we're just going to press this, and this will give us the prompts that we need necessary. Now that we've got this here, we're just going to press copy down here, move over to Gemini, and then paste it into here. We're going to tools, deep research, and just for extra padded security, we're going to add in the PDF of the product page as well as the actual website itself. So I've just uploaded the PDF of the product page again, and I'm just going to do https://ridge.com. And now that it's got this and it's on deep research, it's going to press enter into Gemini. And we use Gemini for deep research because it's Google. And I've always found that the Google deep research is way better than anything else at the moment. Your mileage may vary. Of course, AI is really fast moving, so this process could be out of date. And I will make an updated video based on this. If you go into the description, you'll be able to get the most up-to-date version of this. But as of right now, Gemini is best for deep research. And because this deep research is going to take around 15 to 20 minutes, this is the longest part of it. But you can just get up, boil the kettle, make a tea, come back, and then all this work is done for you. And again, this used to take weeks, if not months, of pure customer research and market research before you did anything. But you can just go to Google and get 80% of the way there through deep research using AI. And then we're going to use this output to create our brand context profile, including our brand, but also our market, our customers, and our product. So before we do deep research, we'll always be offered a plan. It's just a 2-step so you don't waste any credits. We're going to press start research and it will get started. So what you can see about deep research as well is that you can see everything that it's researching. On ChatGPT, it will just show you your thinking, but you can really get a full gamut of, okay, it's going on Reddit, it's going on YouTube, and it has full access to all of this simultaneously. So it's way more powerful, has access to way more relevant information. I don't think chat goes through YouTube videos, for instance, which is probably a gold mine for finding products or voice of customer stuff for your customer research, because people are just speaking authentically. But like I said, this is super comprehensive. It's going to take a while. So I'll see you back in 15 minutes. As you can see, the deep research completed. And what I need to do now is copy and paste this exact output and put it into Google Drive, just so that we can store it and archive it. So we can always come back to it if you want to update it and also go through it, because, you know, it's like over 31 pages long. And imagine trying to do this way back in the day. Now we just got this to do about 80% of the results. Again, if you haven't done this for your brand, there's probably a lot of different information that you can get in terms of angles and brainstorming. You've also got offers here and reframing, emotional and logical buy triggers. There's even pulling in audience awareness levels. It's just crazy that it goes into this much detail here. And this will give us everything that we need to know to write the best ad copy that we can for Google Ads. So what we need to do now is create a custom avatar JSON file. If you don't know what JSON is, it's basically the best language in which you can communicate to a large language model. Instead of just typing into English, you give it certain parameters where it clearly understands that this variable is linked to this output here. That's all you really need to know about JSON. We're going to use AI to do a lot of the work for us. We've used ChatGPT, we've used Gemini now for the deep research. We're going to do the rest of this stuff in Claude. Claude I find best for creating JSON context profiles, but then also writing copy. And for creating the context profiles, we're going to be using this prompt here. The role is a world-class AI prompt engineer and brand strategist, just giving it some context about the deep research we've collected, the task, examples, constraints, and then output, similar format to all of our other prompts so far. What this will do here is create a customer avatar JSON, market context JSON, brand context JSON, and then a full context profile for us. Once it's done all four, we'll just use the full context one at the end, but we wanted to think in stages where it really breaks down in full detail all of these different areas to make one master context profile. So what we're going to do is go over to the document here. I've exported it into a drive, Command A, Command C, go back to Claude, paste it in. I'll just paste down here. And we're using Sonnet 4 here. We're just going to hit enter. And now what Claude's going to do based on our prompt is go through all of our research and create the JSON files based on that. And as you can see here, it's creating the avatar one over here. You can see how much detail it's going into too. Imagine trying to type all of this out or just having this in a PDF. Like you're really communicating in exact detail what you want your AI to be thinking about your brand. And it's getting all of this from the deep research which we did, which we pre-programmed to be the most effective through our ChatGPT usage. So we haven't even hit Google Ads yet. We haven't even done the copy. This is all in the prep. But the best Google Ads copy is going to come from the best amount of prep that you do. If you do bad inputs, you could get bad outputs. So we want our inputs to be as good as possible, which means we're going to have the outputs which are as good as they need to be. Now it's moving on to the market context one. So it's giving the pricing tiers, competitors, indirect competitors, target keywords, competitive landscape, market overview, all this type of stuff. This is a full understanding of Rich here. And it might seem redundant to do these 3 context profiles, but we're really doing our due diligence and making sure we have all the information to give to AI so it's giving us the best output possible. This might also happen here where your response is paused because it's breached max length. You just want to hit continue and it will continue doing it for you. So this full context profile is still going. It's really taking all the information that I had from the research, from the prompting that we've been doing, all of the prep to give us this massive context profile. And we can use this for everything that we need. So if you want to save these for a next session, then download them, keep them offline, upload them to Google Drive, and you yourself keep using this, or all of your team uses this as well to get a full instant understanding of your brand. Cool. Now we have this, we're finally ready to write the Google Ads, but we need one more context profile. You don't need to write this one because I'm going to give it to you. It's in the first link in the description for this whole workflow. This is the JSON that we're going to use. You can download this JSON file in that workflow. Cool. So I just uploaded this JSON file here. Just for due diligence, I'm going to copy this full context one, add it into this chat here, and we're just going to type this in here. Based on the JSON files that I've given you, please create all of the Google Ads assets I would need for my brand. And that's all you need. Press enter and we watch it do magic. So as you can see here, it's doing search and PMAX campaigns first because the JSON file is trained on all the best practices for Google Ads. The last wallet you'll buy, 44,000 5-star reviews, all these headlines here. You've got the long headlines here, descriptions, demand gen campaign stuff. We've got all the site links that you need to use, all of the call outs, the structured snippets. We even got suggestions for price extensions here, campaign specific asset variations for problem aware keywords, solution aware keywords, product aware keywords, most aware keywords, testing variations in terms of competitor campaigns, responsive search ad examples, and we've also got performance max specific assets as well. As you can see, we've got all of the content that we need for any search campaign at all. Now, if you just wanted to do your shopping title for this particular product as well, you can say, generate me the shopping title for the product. And you click enter there. What it'll do, because it's trained on the context profile for the Google ads, it'll give you the shopping title. The Ridge, Gumlet wallet, Minnows RFD blocking aluminum slim wallet for men, lifetime warranty. Got alternative titles here, product variations, keyword optimized variations, competitor titles, see some promotional titles if you wanted to. It also gives an explanation of why it works as well. So you've got a whole bunch of shopping titles for this one SKU. You can do that across all your other product feeds. And so as you can see, we've fully built an AI which will do all of our Google ad copy for us. Just going back to the original stuff for a second, some of these you may want to change. For example, aerospace grade materials is, to be fair, a pretty bad headline. Stop buying cheap wallets, also maybe a bit of a call out, maybe not on brand, but this gives you a whole chunk to start with. I like to say that AI can get you about 80-90% of the way there. It's now down to you to understand what actually is best practice to get you there. But hopefully this video gives you a good starting to be able to write effective Google ads with AI. As you just saw, most of the time is actually spent on research and prepping AI to understand our brand the best that we can, because once you have that foundation right, the copy generation becomes incredibly effective and really simple and fast. As you saw, it was just one simple line prompt and we were able to do it perfectly. And of course, AI is always changing. This might be outdated tomorrow, next week, next month. If you want the full up-to-date workflow, the first link in the description to get access to the Google Ads JSON prompt we just used, plus the workflow if you want to replicate the brand JSON context profiles that we just generated. But to be fair, have a play around with it. AI is an incredibly powerful tool and you want to leverage it to get you to 80% of the way there. Then you have the final human touch to get you to 100% super effective Google Ads copy for your e-commerce brand. And if you want more videos on campaign strategy for your e-commerce brand, how to scale your e-commerce brand with Google and YouTube ads in 2025, and an in-depth case study of us making $500,000 in 31 days for one of our clients at Demand Capture, click this video on screen here. We're going to show you exactly how we did that so you can replicate it for your brand as well. Also, if you want us to scale you on Google Ads, click the second link in the description, apply to work with us, and we're able to implement all of our AI processes plus our Google Ads expertise to scale your e-commerce brand with Google Ads. Don't forget to download the workflow, first link in the description.